All right, I think we have it now. My mic wasn't connected to my PC for some reason. Must have disconnected at some point.
Whoa! Damn, man, look at that, look!
Chiller, chiller, bo, bo, bo.
Okay, controller also working. Good. But yeah, welcome back to another stream of AC Unity as part of our historical chronology project that we're doing, where we play through a different bunch of historical games in the order of the years that they take place in. And we're now at the very end of the 18th century. Gonna start with the year 1790 today. We finished 89 last time, the beginning year of the French Revolution. And we're gonna do like a few Paris stories, another social club mission, and then it's gonna be pretty main story heavy for the years of 91. Yeah, pretty much 91. Like the first quarter of 91 is gonna have like a big chunk of the main story taking place in it. So very soon we're actually gonna return to that because we haven't done much in the main story yet. We only played the first two sequences, so we haven't even had Arno graduate to the, like full assassin rank yet. Nor has he done his first proper kill. So we've yet to do that. But yeah, welcome in everyone. Hello there, Dr. Darling. Oui, le baguette. How's it going? Hello there, Mita. Welcome in as well. Good evening. And I'm doing pretty good. Had a decent enough day over here. Like, pretty busy. But, still had a bit of energy left. So I figured, let's carry on with a bit more unity. How are you doing? And how was your day? Hello Vaave, welcome in as well, dude. And good evening. How are you doing? Hello Shella, welcome in as well, dude. Good evening. And best of luck for Dortmund in the upcoming Champions League game. Hello Didi, welcome in as well. Good evening. Glad to hear that, Ave. But doing good, all things considered. I hope you also recovered a little bit better from your sickness, but you don't sound like Darth Vader anymore. I think they can, Shala. If a motivation is right, which usually, I guess, is the case in the Champions League, I think they can do it. But, it's not gonna be an easy task, to say the least. Glad to hear, Mita, that you're doing well, but that's a long day for sure, 10 hours. I was fortunate enough that it was only like 8 for me today. But glad to hear that you had a good day overall. Okay, so for the next mission that we're doing, we have to go to the district Les Marais. Which is over here. And in Les Marais, we're looking for the social club, of course. Which I guess I haven't found yet. It's still occupied, so let's head into that general direction here. But yeah, there's a few things we can do here. For example, grab some viewpoints Not that we can fast travel to them, but we're still gonna unlock, you know, parts of the map. Making finding things easier. Oh, that's nice, at least, Amita. But you can have a weekend to kind of like chillax a bit. Something to look forward to. Oh, damn, Shilla, thank you for the 40 stream streak. With a lurker mode. Cheers, dude. Appreciate also all the lurking. You know, one thing I just absolutely love about this game is the skyline and how easy it is to navigate in this game without the HUD. You can actually disable the HUD right by pressing the right stick, even mid-game, which is also telling, you know, something they kind of like purposefully wanted players to experience if they wanted to on the go. Because, you know, the whole map is built around with Notre Dame as the center, and it's like such an iconic building that once you know how it looks like and how it's positioned, it's gonna be extremely easy to navigate around the rest part of the map here. Notre Dame, of course, being over there, so that's like the exact city center of Paris, so you always know exactly where you're positioned. And where the river is, and yeah, where the kind of like city center island is. Of course, you don't always know where exactly another building might be, but it's enough to kind of like give you at least a direction. That can be worth a lot if you're kind of like playing no HUD in this game. That's one of the reasons why this is one of my favorite no HUD games in the series. Have I played all the AC games? Pretty much at this point, yes. I haven't played like literally every knockoff Assassin's Creed game. Like, I haven't played the Nintendo DS titles, for instance. But yeah, I played like every major Assassin's Creed game multiple times. And like all the DLCs for the most part, and like also some of the smaller titles like Liberation and Bloodlines. But I haven't played like literally every Assassin's Creed game out there. Oh yeah, no worries whatsoever, Mita. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Thank you for the lurk. And for anyone that hasn't checked out Amita's channel before, Definitely recommend doing so. At the moment, she's playing a bit of Elder Scrolls Online, but he also played games like The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt, but also Cyberpunk, as well as Death Stranding, and yeah, many more. So if any of those sound interesting to you, then definitely have a look over on Amita's channel. No worries, Amita, for the shout out. Catch you next time, dude. Oh, a wild crooked appeared. Gotta get that detection Pokemon sound, like before battle starts, as like a sound bit or something. Like battle initiated. Hello, Vaora. Welcome in. And good evening. Well, good day, I guess, for you. It's evening over here. Like 9 PM almost.
Citizens. Citizens.
Citizen.
Citizen. The Palais Bourbon. The palace lay outside the former ramparts, but close to what was then the Place Louis the 15th, now Place de la Concorde. At the time it was a self-contained little city that provided a safe haven from the sprawling city. It was built on the whim of the illegitimate daughter, later legitimized, of Louis XIV and the Marquis de Montespan. Louis XV purchased the plot to brighten up the south side of the square that would bear his name until 1790. In the Revolutionary era, it was nationalized, and the Counts of the 500 gathered there to liberate and legislate. I'm immune to Master Ball. And even if you would get to catch me, you wouldn't be able to train me. I'm like Charizard from Ash. Not following any orders. I'm so confused. Okay, how about we try a new weapon for today's stream? I kind of like went for the sword the last two streams. Let's go with a heavy, kind of like opposite weapon here. How about this one? The People's Bardiche. An improvised weapon, this bardiche was forged by a village blacksmith to arm the local revolutionaries. That seems fitting. Don't want to be hit by those spikes there, to say the least. Neither do you want to be hit by this morning star. And the funniest thing about this is, as the description says, under those difficulty level stars or diamonds, it is non-lethal. If this is non-lethal, then yeah. I don't know, man. I guess I gotta really hurt the enemy in specific ways not to kill them. I guess it's non-lethal for the first hour, but after that they're just gonna die to bleeding. How's the French Revolution? Yeah, definitely getting there. We're now 1 year into the French Revolution. And so far we've been kind of focusing more on the side content, because there's quite a bit that takes place like in the early years, before Arno even gets to graduate and become a full assassin. So technically we haven't even done our first assassination in the game. Like the first proper one. We have however played the hardest co-op mission for 4 players with almost no upgrades and all by ourselves. Which was as difficult as it sounds. But yeah, it takes place like super early into the game. So I had to play that one. You're gonna make the enemy wish it was D4? No kidding. Gotta say, Unity had some really cool weapon designs. I kinda like all of them, in a way. Like, there's definitely a style for every person to find here. Like, even a freaking pickaxe. When the revolution is at the door, everything is a weapon. The clipping with a pistol wall hurts my eyes. Did I have 5 minutes later, so not lethal? Exactly, Schiller. That was my thinking.
What are you planning, royalist?
You always pick the faster weapons. Heavy weapons are too slow for your tastes. That's totally fair. Yeah, in general, I would say I definitely like the sword the best. Because if you have it like at a max level, then the damage is, you know, very, very good, like good enough. And that speed advantage is nice to have. I like the different animations. I kind of like spicing things up, having a bit of variety, so I kind of tend to like switch my style a lot. So one of the items actually got, oh, no database entry. We got one of the new items from the co-op mission actually, which was a legendary something. Let's see. Yeah, it was the legendary Prowler braces, which is like a super good item to get like early on. And that's with, you know, the co-op mission giving like a random choice out of 3 items. But yeah, it's a nice reward to have for beating it early on and solo, and that's gonna definitely give us a bit of a boost here. We don't actually have Phantom Blades yet, but additional damage and health, especially, is gonna be good. And it's seemingly also upgraded, like automatically, to 5 stars plus. Dual shirt. This belonged to Athos, a famous musketeer who died during a duel. Gotta expose a bit of my chest there. A slutty shirt for Arno, that's right. And this is the hood that goes with it, I think. Yeah, this is the hood of D'Artagnan, who died at the siege of Maastricht. This exposed chest with like a leather hood. Now it's getting spicy. It's like, are you going in a Berlin nightclub? Are you? With that mask, it's like, I don't want to be exposed, want to hide my identity when I do whatever I'm doing. And don't want to know what the feather is for. But let's go for the hood that actually belongs to this outfit. Hello Verdex, welcome in dude. And good day. Thank you for the free stream streak. You can have a skimpy little shirt as a treat. Right, this is the black musketeer breeches. Just kinda go with the set there. You could see Arno and Berghain. Yeah, looking like that with a leather hood, likely. Or maybe the Kit Kat Club. That could also work. They do like leather there. Watch out, Paris. Arno's feeling saucy today. He likes his sauce, especially if it consists of lots of blood spilling. So yeah, be careful. The Palais de Tuileries. Originally a separate palace, the Tuileries was united with the Louvre Palace by Henry IV. The original Tuileries was the result of a caprice of Catherine de' Medici, who found the Louvre too big, too cold and too crowded. She turned her attentions to a former towel factory on the other side of a ditch, which she would transform into the palace of her dreams. Since the land was vacant, there was no one to expropriate. Posh person's word, meaning forcibly turf out. Over the centuries, the Tuileries Garden would become much like an amusement park, the highlight of which came when Jacques-Alexander César Charles launched the world's first hydrogen-filled balloon there. 400,000 people filled the garden, embankments, roofs and Place Louis XV. The entry fee was 3 sous. 9 years later, the mood was decidedly less friendly to Louis XVI, when he and his family had to take refuge in the Saut de Manège, having escaped a mob of insurgents who invaded the Tuileries on August 10th, 1792. A revolutionary day that brought the monarchy's downfall. What was once Queen Catherine's Park had become the Republic's melting pot. There's something missing here. Because there's two kind of like stars there, which indicates a note by Sean. But they never actually added the note from Sean. Right, like here, there's like a star at the end of the text. Then you have like a Sean note. But it's missing here.
Rien qui justifie ma présence ici.
In from the court. Okay, so these are just like small kind of like companion missions. They're not part of a timeline, so I can do them whenever I want to. I'm not gonna do all of them either. That can be a good source of like extra income. That maneuver had you cackling? You mean just before I was like opening the chest? That one?
Qu'en est-il de l'amour secret?
A double assassination with flair. Ah, that one. Lots of flair. As usual with Arno. That is true, yeah. French people are really like born with flair, aren't they? Just like how German people are born with efficiency.
Happy anniversary of the Asylum, 159 it's go 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 Roddle Jezelkis, Roddle Jezelkis, Roddle Jezelkis, Roddle Jezelkis, Roddle Jezelkis, Crookhoundens, 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 Crookhoundecockshug, TH.
But damn it, why did the jam end? I wanted to keep on dancing. Hello there, Oliver. Welcome in, dude. And good evening. Thank you so much, dude, for 12 months, an entire year of resubbing. I really appreciate it, dude. Hope you had a nice day today. Need more crooked dance. That is true. Whenever I find a good reason. I'm glad to hear, dude, that you had a great day. And yeah, I've been good. Definitely quite busy. But yeah, definitely good for. It's been good to return to the historical project again. After my break playing The Last of Us Part 2. But yeah, that game I really enjoyed a lot. Cinematic masterpiece in gaming, if I may say so. Alright, there we go. Le Marais. Gotta find the social club now.
Probablement un voleur qui fuit les gardes.
So we haven't seen the last of me. Not yet, I'm afraid. You will have to make do with me for a little bit longer. The Hotel de Sully. In 1634, the Duc de Sully, a fairly dashing 74-year-old, expanded his townhouse to include a building at the bottom of a small garden, which still today juxtaposes the Place de Vosges, then the Place Royale. By now a tad senile, he was known to prance about under the square's arcades, wearing outdated jewelry. Meanwhile, his wife, who was 50 years his junior, went from one lover to the next. Aya classic. A 74-year-old and a 24-year-old. The perfect couple. It was from the terraces of his hotel that Madame de Sévigné and her friends watched the poisoner and alleged sorceress, Catherine de Chay, known as La Voisin, being carted away to be burned at the stake at the Place de la Grève on November 10th, 1680. It was also by coming out of the same hotel that the young Voltaire, already the darling of Parisian society, was set upon by the servants of nobleman Chevalier de Rohan, who later had imprisoned at the Bastille. They quarreled over an actress. Voltaire was later cleared and would receive an annuity of 1,200 livres. Yeah, I guess that's the reason that she went from one lover to the next. Here, let's have a look into this district here of Marais. Whenever there's like a high density of like common buildings, I think it's likely to have a social club.
Get back here! I'll cave your skull in, I will!
Okay, so this is the arsenal already. Okay, not here.
I haven't got all day! Hear me! Et le respect pour le peuple, je m'en dis dessus. Je vais perdre mon temps. La population. On a bien trouvé une solution.
On est de la mairie.
Ces scélérats égorgés des malhonnêtes gens.
Il est surpris. Ici, un signe distinctif. Il va se faire mal.
This game looks so good. You love the architecture. Same here. Yeah, this game was really ahead of its time in a way. Like, both good and bad, I guess. But yeah, now it really pays off for, you know, the technical risks they took back then. But yeah, such a good looking game, and also how it really, you know, strive for immersion and realism. It doesn't of course have like, you know, as good of textures as nowadays games, but the attention to detail is, you know, still pretty amazing. Named after the twin martyrs Gervasius and Protavius, for 300 years this beautiful church looked out over a huge ancient elm that gave shade to creditors resolving their affairs in the Middle Ages. On the site of an ancient basilica, the current church was first built in 1494, with a Greco-Roman facade added in 1660. Voltaire, no religious enthusiast, proclaimed the church to be a masterpiece. Chopped down under the Revolution, which preferred the trees of liberty, the elm was recycled into gun carriages. The church itself is now an animated place of worship, with a very active congregation of nuns.
c'était une question.
Ouais, toi peut-être.
So where's the social club? I mean, I haven't really looked up here in the northern part yet too much. It's like the last possibility.
Marcher ne lui suffisant pas.
Les nouvelles ordonnances placardées.
Il n'a plus toute sa tête.
Serait-ce une espèce de jeu?
The Place des Vosges. This square was originally named the Place Royale by Henry IV, who oversaw the design of its 36 pavilions. The king had requested perfect symmetry, 4 arcades and 2 rows of high windows for each pavilion. The square obliterated the feud where some decades before, Henry II had suffered a mortal wound in a jousting tournament and died in a building nearby. With the advent of revolution, it was no longer acceptable to carry a name honoring royalty, and the square underwent several name changes before, in 1792, settling upon a name to honor the regiment of volunteers from the Vosges who came to save the Republic. Since the historian doesn't want to be specific about what the Republic was saved from, I'm going to let you pick your preference from the following list: Austrians, Martians, and zombie hordes. I pick Martians. Yeah, it was definitely aliens.
Restons-en là. Oui, monsieur la Révolution.
Is there a way to kind of like go into the progress tracker to social club missions and... Yeah, no. They don't pop up until I do actually get the renovation done. But yeah, I've been kind of like everywhere really. I didn't find it. I'm gonna Google the location. Yeah, that's why. So I thought, right, that this district is Le Marais. This is Ventre de Paris. But sometimes there's like multiple, districts fusing, like they are separated in different districts, but they're all part of Le Marais. And I guess I didn't realize that, yeah, I had to kind of like look in the entire area. So it seems to be a bit further north here.
Tom passe sa vie sur les toits des immeubles.
Je m'abstiens de
Une fois que certains ont goûté à la violence, ils ne l'ont
Le diable peut-il se passer?
Une fille comme moi.
Un amant surpris par le mari.
soyez surpris. Ce événement soudain, pris pour ma
Oh, tu l'étais bien.
nous avions tous les dettes.
Okay, that is.
Je pense que cette époque de révolte devient particulière.
Le Café du Marais.
Partout l'ardeur brille d'un bras fermé triomphant. On entend plan, tirelire en plan. Le bourgeois tambour battant marche à la
I
base.
got people just teleporting into the cafe. It's like, I'm here now. Scott, beam me up. Why aren't I singing along? I did. I did it muted for.
Restez à votre place. Que les femmes ne pensent pas. Je m'abstiens.
Quand je ferme le mien.
Je vais vous parler en quelques minutes.
Alright, so we're looking for one specific social club mission here, and that is breaking the habit, which might be a Linkin Park reference. Could be. Assassinate the fuck captain who was terrorizing nuns at the Feu de Cave nunnery. The neighborhood surrounding the Feu de Cave nunnery is currently terrorized by fucks. Solve the problem by identifying the leader of these fucks and eliminating them. So this actually, I kind of had a note for this particular mission. And this is historically relevant because in especially the year 1790, there were like more and more attacks against the church and people of the church because France essentially de-Christianized during the period of the revolution. Of course, with the, you know, people of the church being like their own estate, not part of the people estate, they were also, you know, viewed as the enemy that also profited and leeched off the people And yeah, that also led to like lots of people from a church that didn't deserve it, that didn't, you know, have anything to do with that, being attacked, like the nuns here being harassed essentially. And it even got to a point where on the 12th of July 1790, the civil constitution of the clergy was passed, which basically outlawed all religious life and also gave complete control of the church to the state, like to the government. And that of course led to like lots of, you know, nunneries and churches being dissolved essentially. And yeah, it also led to like churches being abandoned, being like used for other means. You know, we see in Notre Dame, for instance, you know, it's like used for all kinds like of trade, and there's like animals and whatnot, you know. And also to the ransacking of like tons of artifacts, of course. But yeah, unfortunately, many innocent people also died as a result of this and the hate against the church. Oh, habit like what nuns were. That's true, yeah. It's a pretty good pun in many ways.
Where all that smoke come from? Huh?
The Carmalite Nuns. The confiscation of the clergy's properties, decreed by the National Assembly in November 1789, was opposed by many of those who belonged to religious orders, including the Carmelite Nuns of Compiègne. In February of 1790, with the dissolution of the monastic orders, French nuns were asked to return to their homes. However, they refused. Ousted in 1792, they found refuge at the homes of villagers, and however, with a reign of terror in 1794, houses were searched to ensure that no nuns were being hidden. 16 Carmelite nuns were arrested in June 1794 and held at the Conciergerie in Paris. During the ensuing trial, prosecutor Fouquier-Tinville affirmed that they were accused of having secret counter-revolutionary meetings and continuing to be loyal to their religious order and their authority. They were guillotined at the Place de Tron on July 17, 1794. On May 27, 1906, they were beatified by Pope Pius X. Yeah, I'm sure these nuns were really like highly organized in the counter-revolutionary meetings and proceedings. I'm sure. But yeah, the Carmalite Nuns is actually the next mission that we're doing. It's the name of the next Paris story, which of course directly connects here. Let's see if I can find it in here. Ah yeah, there it is. The Catholic Church has become deeply unpopular during the Revolution. An order of Carmelite nuns is being escorted to relatives safely, but a furious crowd is threatening to murder them unceremoniously. Defend the nuns from the crowd. Oh, that's a long way. 1,200 meters. That's like on the other side of Paris here, really, isn't it? I don't see where that's being tagged, actually. Oh, never mind.
Il risque la chute à chaque instant.
The Catholic Church unpopular during a class-based revolution? Color me shocked. I know, right? Who could have anticipated that? Not me. I think this is the building where we meet Napoleon later in the game for like his missions. Yeah, just a stroll. Just like 1 kilometer of like running. Dude.
Rest in peace anyway.
You are officially the worst guards ever. Someone got literally murdered in front of your eyes, and only because someone was running, you got distracted by that and didn't even notice the murder. Shame on you. Oh, hell yeah. That cat pass. That's a cool spot. The worst guards ever. Thank you for clipping that, Dr. Darling.
Easy on yourself.
Oh no, hello.
But yeah, they really were.
How are you?
I don't owe you anything. You've been so...
Moi, ces ennuis se régleront aussi bien sans moi.
Nom de Dieu!
Le père de la Constituante, enfin réédité, enrichi sur
Un divertissement intéressant.
Qu'est-ce que le tiers état sacrifié aujourd'hui seulement. Allez, on en prend.
Tout est bon pour se faire remarquer.
I said I want all the money you
Go
got.
to my building and
Pay
threaten
up.
me. What gives you the right?
Je vous souhaite la bienvenue.
I sounded like Connor for a second. Oh, I didn't catch that. You mean the guy that was threatening the dude, or the guy that was defending himself? One defending himself, he said, "What gives you the right?" And it sounded like Connor for a little. Interesting. Would have been cool if he voiced some minor characters in this game. I really like Connor's voice actor a lot. He was even streaming on Twitch for a while, I think. The voice actor.
Please.
The Carmalite Nuns. Defend nuns threatened by an angry crowd.
Look there. The National Guard is escorting an order of nuns.
The non-juring priests. On July 12, 1790, the civil constitution of the clergy was instituted. This legislation determined that God's representatives would no longer answer to the Pope in Rome, but instead to France and its revolutionary government. They would be paid and overseen by the state. As a result, the church became part of French administration, which sought to ensure the loyalty of its representatives to the values of the revolution. Those who accepted this new order had to take a solemn oath to the nation, the law, and the king. Many priests didn't view these changes favorably and refused to take the oath. Pope Pius VI sent his condemnation of the act the next day. Those who refused the oath were labeled non-juring or refractory priest. Many who refused were physically attacked for their piety to Rome. I didn't know that T-Pain is a streamer. Interesting. What is T-Pain streaming actually? video games most of you think. You haven't watched his streams, but you see the clips on Instagram all the time. Ah, gotcha. It's definitely cool, you know, like seeing like actors and musicians and you know, guys kind of like get into streaming. Like the actor for Arthur from Red Dead Redemption 2. He has also been streaming like an entire playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2 for quite a long time now, but he's still on it, I think. But yeah, it's kind of like interesting also getting some of the insights as well.
The crowd is about to attack. They don't stand a chance.
Allez, à toi.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
I guess we're gonna finally be able to use our heavy weapon here.
Show your face. I've got nothing to say to you, bastard. You'll get nothing from
I fear not death in the service of our Lord! Punish you all for your
Hail Mary,
wickedness!
full of grace, the Lord is
The
with
order
thee.
of the
Blessed
Carmelite
art thou
will
among
fly
women,
from
blessed
us!
is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
Punish you all for your wickedness!
Got it!
That's a sniper.
Which way? You're a joke, dog! You won't escape me! I see you!
Okay, I somehow made it. It was a bit much for, I would say. What the fuck? I'm like dying while I'm in the menu? Fucking snipers. Jesus Christ. You shot a citizen. Now you missed. Idiot.
Citizens.
Was a pirouette the enemy did. I think there was an attempt to confuse me. Alright. Next we have another Paris story. and that is stop the presses. The spread of new and radical ideas is what helped sustain the French Revolution, a spread of ideas made possible by the new printing press technologies, putting the power to write in the hands of the people. Some misuse this power, spreading slander and rumors about public figures. Stop Templar agents from using the printing press to turn public opinion against the Comte de Mirabeau. But apparently there was talk about him meeting with Marie Antoinette, like secretly. And that created like an outrage by the people. I mean, bad enough that she, that he was kind of like hanging out with royals. But Marie Antoinette was also just deeply hated by the people. Like even more than the king.
J'espère que tu sais ce que tu fais.
What are these lies? Who is writing this filth?
Ah, soyez le bienvenu.
Stop the presses. Remove posters slandering Comte de Mirabeau and stop the printing press owners from distributing any more.
Good to see a friend of Mirabeau in these troubling times.
Who is publishing this propaganda?
I don't know, but I'd love to wring their necks. Maybe you find them.
I'll see what I can do.
Hold it, you! Come here! I'll mash you like an old potato!
Que quelqu'un appelle la...
Hey! Hey! Stop him! Or else... Someone's gonna pay for this. You there! Come back here! I'll turn you into horse down! I'll word with you! Listen to me! I said I want all the money you've got! Hurry up! I'm not gonna let you bust me. You want me to do that? That'll be more. Come here, you maggot! I'll break your boat and split the powder! Bloody You won't get away! Soon the fun will start! Must be hereabouts. But where?
Garde! Venez vite! Il y a eu un meurtre!
Tué! Mon Dieu! Que quelqu'un arrête de se boucher! Garde! Vite! Garde! Tu vas mourir!
Yeah.
Je ne sais pas de quoi il s'agit, mais ce n'est pas indispensable.
Cut him off! He won't hold out much longer.
Alright, one more.
Bon sang, regardez-le faire. Can you believe Mirabeau sold the revolution out?
Je l'ignore. Mais il lui faut, c'est certain. Prenez donc la place. La plonge fait. Évidemment. Je ne vais pas rester
Allons bon, quoi encore?
Mais que diable se passe-t-il?
That's how you deal with the press, I guess.
Condition épouvantable. Mais que fait le croque-mort?
Now to destroy a symbol of progress. The printing press.
Where are you going? I want to play.
Stay there, you! Right now.
Got you!
Did he make a sharp turn somewhere?
What Versailles doesn't want you to hear. Mirabeau betrayed.
What's the next headline? Mirabeau's love child. Oh!
Alright, and that already brings us to the last mission of 7090, which is gonna be another Paris story. Then it's gonna be pretty much exclusively main story for the next couple of sequences. But the Paris story we're looking for is Swiss Stash. Oh damn, it's a 5-star difficulty mission. The former Minister of Finance, Jacques Necker, is about to flee the city for his native Switzerland. Hoping to influence future events, he has stashed vast sums of cash and valuables in various locations around the Bièvre. Find the safe house locations and steal the treasures for the Brotherhood.
I don't owe you anything.
Who needs to pay me my take?
That tears it. I'll report you to the...
Hotel de Cluny, an outstanding example of medieval household architecture in Paris. The Hotel de Cluny was built at the center of the Gallo-Roman capital. Vestiges of a Roman thermal bath still about the hotel. The Abbot of Cluny purchased the site to transform it into a townhouse in 1334, but it was Jacques d'Amboise who turned it into what was essentially a luxurious guest house in 1485. One of its occupants was Marie Tudor, the young widow of Louis XII. Francis I, fearing that she might give birth to a son who would take his place on the throne, kept her under surveillance here. Such caution was justified. He found her in the arms of the Duke of Suffolk, her military attaché. She was promptly married in the Chapel Venn, sent packing with her husband on the first boat to England. The building is now a charming museum renowned for its collection of tapestries. It's like, okay, you're gonna get married now and off to England with you. That's what you get for being found in the arms of the Duke of Suffolk. Sorbonne. The Sorbonne is so famous that its founder, the Honorable Robert de Sorbonne, chaplain of Louis XIV, and the first advocate of culture for all, is often overlooked. Isn't that disgraceful? It would be like someone walking around Hastings and not spending every waking moment thinking of me. Having struggled to become a doctor of theology, he sought to facilitate the education of underprivileged children like himself. Saint Louis offered him a house on Rue Compegoye, along with a few of his own outbuildings, where Sorbonne subsequently built his school. 3 centuries later, Richelieu observed that the Sorbonne was falling into ruin and set about renovating it. In 1629, he undertook to rebuild the entire establishment, provided a place was left for his tomb. This was duly done. The subsequent masterpiece built by Girardon was carefully protected during the Revolution, and then in 1816 re-established in the chapel of the Sorbonne once the return of Louis XVIII had been made official. Towards the end of the 19th century, the Old Sorbonne of the Cardinal was rebuilt and extended. The Sorbonne has often been the subject of derision since Renaissance scholar Rabelais made references to bugs called Sorbonnagre that devoured the intelligence of thinkers. Interesting comparison, to say the least.
Secteur conquis. Complet de l'abbé Siès, le père de la Constituante. Réédité, enrichi, augmenté. Tirage limité, dépêchez-vous dans Marais.
Shay's Templar outfit.
L'homme qui a inspiré la création.
I wish I could undo that opening of a chest there.
Grattoir à Bonne.
Sounds good, Aura. Hope you enjoy your lunch. And catch you when I get back.
Les habitants de cette ville sont vraiment étranges.
Je parie qu'il avale.
Hey now! Would you... Hey! That's not yours! Someone stop him! He's a thief! Oh, quelle agilité! La révolution sera le triomphe.
Never seen the like, poor fella.
Swiss Stash. Infiltrate Jacques Necker's secret stores of money and valuables and loot them for the Brotherhood.
Never seen the like, poor fella.
And this mission takes us to September of 1790.
See that fella over there?
Le Chouan. At the time of revolution, counter-revolutionary bastions established themselves within France, the most famous and powerful of which was Le Chouan, in the Vendée region of western France. They rejected conscription into the national army and, alarmed by the radical anti-clerical direction of the revolution, raised their own troops to oppose it. More largely, the term Chouan came to be associated with raw anti-revolutionary, pro-royalist sentiment. They also came to be associated with the sound of sneezing. You could never be sure whether someone was discussing the Chouan or just had a heavy cold.
Necker. That's right, Necker.
Jacques Necker. A Swiss-born banker, financier and politician, Jacques Necker was an advocate of the ideas of the Enlightenment. Louis XVI appointed him Director General of the Treasury, then of Finance, in 1776. It was Necker who suggested that the king use loans in order to finance the support that France intended to offer to the American insurgents during the War of Independence. When France's debt grew too large, he was forced to resign. Called back in 1788 to remedy the situation, Necker was seen by the populace as a voice of reason. He advised the king to summon the Estates General, and when that didn't work well for the king, Necker was again dismissed on July 11th, 1789. sparking an uprising at the Palais Royal under the instigation of Camille Desmoulins, and indirectly, the attack on the Bastille 3 days later. Necker was recalled one last time before resigning on September 3rd, 1790. He then retired to Switzerland to concentrate on writing works about finance and the economy. It's actually crazy how much influence he had in the French Revolution even happening, but fully going away unscathed.
Man we all wanted in charge at the banks. Now look at him, poor old codger. Can't even talk his way past the border, dog. But he's got a thing or two in his luggage, eh? But he's got some secrets squirreled away in his pockets. Man like him.
Off with you, beggar!
Please, sir, just a few coins. Lunch acquired. Oh, very nice. That was quick. I hope you enjoy.
Elles sont toutes comme ça. Tu n'y peux rien.
Getting a whiff of powder for it. Blind you, dust. If you persist in this kind of behavior.
Monsieur Necker, I have successfully secreted your valuables with a free, trusted man who can be counted upon to disperse the funds in ways that will allow us to weaken the revolution in view of returning a monarch to the throne. These men are eminently trustworthy. The locations are as follows: 7 Rue Saint-Jacques, 14 Rue Saint-Geneviève, and the barn at the end of Rue Saint-Jacques. Respectfully, your servant. Just some bread and apple and salami. Low effort, but at least it's food. I mean, that's a really nice combo. That's actually what I had for lunch today, pretty much. Like, very similar. Made myself some, like, bread and put some, like, cheese and salami in there. And yeah, if you have, like, some apples on the side, that's, like, a really good combo, actually. I like that. That's what we call in Germany Brotzeit. Which is basically like bread time. But yeah, we drive it pretty big over here. Like bread is holy to us.
Do you have any idea how important it is?
Watch, lad. When the revolution ties itself up, this little
Great.
will help usher in a new
It was just fantastic that I couldn't like keep on
Something's going on.
You all clear up now!
that I couldn't like keep swinging there. Fucking hell. Not good. But there's also level 5 missions, so these guys are like super high level. But there must be another way to get to that dude there. Something about fruit, cured meats and fresh bread feels like a fancy meal. And if you struggle to eat regularly, you forget, and this helps. That's understandable, especially if you can go like, you know, it's like a quick setup. As well. But yeah, it's definitely a really good combo, I agree. Or sometimes, like, instead of fruit, like, also like, you know, vegetables. Or I guess, you know, like, even they can be sweet sometimes, like, you know, like sweet tomatoes, for instance. But yeah, it's a nice combo. So how do I get in? There must be like a ladder inside or something. But yeah, that's a lot of guards here. Freaking sniper, of course.
Moron could do your job. Dog could do it. You can't. Your mother should have drowned you. Venez vite! Bloody! Where is he? Stay sharp. Something's going on. Definitely dead then.
For a sniper, you're pretty blind, I would say.
Right, what happened? Someone knows something, so spill it.
Got some rare watches and a bag of jewels. So many snipers in Paris. Yeah, these past missions had quite a lot of them. And early on, when you don't have that much health, that can be quite devastating, getting hit by a sniper. Can result in one shot essentially. And you don't always get a warning either. Like on whether or not they're being like aggroing you. Oh, Jesus Christ, of course there's guards outside the building. Fuck us. But I did the stealth challenge of this game. That was honestly one of the biggest challenges sometimes. The dynamic walking groups of Templars and extremists. Because sometimes you'll be like on the edge of a mission area and there's like a group of guards coming by that you don't even know is gonna, you know, like it isn't like scripted to be part of a mission. But yeah, they can really like turn out to be a problem.
Anyone through here? Could it be more simple? Oh!
There must be a top entrance then. Ah ja.
Lucky scum. Don't overextend, little nips.
Got some valuable bonds. You know what time it is? Is it time to become motionless like Osiris?
Clé de la vessie, le père de la construction. Enfin, réédité, enrichi, augmenté. Tirage limité. Bonjour. Eh bien. Aujourd'hui seulement. Allez, on en profite.
Sécurité nulle part.
You've been awake since 6:30 a.m., so almost 17 hours. You think you need to sleep? That's very understandable. Yeah, definitely. Like, sounds like a good time to sleep if you've been awake for that long. Definitely good to get like 7 to 8 hours, ideally. But yeah, I hope you have a good night, Dr. Darling. Thank you for dropping by and for being here. And yeah, maybe catch you in the next one. I'm gonna be probably streaming like tomorrow noon again for like a shorter session. So yeah, just to let you know in case you wanna catch it. That's too many hours awake. Yeah, that's a decent amount for sure. I tend to also be awake for like 17 to 18 hours. Like I usually don't really go to sleep during the day, so... Oh shit. Oh, the exclamation marks popping up. Let's back off here for a second. It's gonna be so good getting the Phantom Blade finally.
Damn humid down here.
We'll get our reward once this food is...
Can't come quick enough.
Come on. What? Oh, come on. I don't know when there's like a conflict happening nearby and it draws you into it. What is he doing? Okay, that's just stupid.
Not too big. Stop the bastard.
Okay, I'm sorry, but this game is so freaking buggy on this playthrough, it's not even funny. I'm not sure if I ever had like that many glitches in such a short time with Unity before. I mean, not like the game is running perfect at all. But this is actually like next level beam material here. What? I'm fucking stuck. Jesus Christ, game. Was like hitting the air? Not getting any combat warning? Yeah, that was a bit painful there. The amount of bugs like coming together.
Hey! You want me to find a nice convenient place to hit you up there?
Really, this is impossible. I'm making a simple trip to my homeland.
Are you?
Here. I've come across quite a lot of money recently. Take this and buy yourself a barrel of rum. And let this revered gentleman through. He's suffered enough.
Young man, that is extraordinarily kind.
It is.
I'm gonna pay you with the money that I've gotten off Necker from stealing all of his stuff. He's gonna notice that later today. Sneaky, sneaky Arno.
Did you see that? He just came and thief!
Oh, no?
Hello, my friend. Where are the guards? Whoa, wait.
Right, but yeah, that means we can finally do some main story now and actually get started on sequence 3 here. Finish Arno's training. And this also finishes the year 1790 now, officially as well. A year that was only filled with side missions really, not like a lot of them either. It seems like the main chunk of the game really takes place between like 1791 and 1794. So like really the deep era of the French Revolution. The guillotine is running daily. I also want to change my look and style a little bit here for the main story coming up. I want to go with something that looks a bit more classic assassin-y here. In fact, we could also just, you know, get some items here and then override it with one of the outfits, one of the concept outfits for Anno. I like the Sans-a-Lot set often quite a bit because it's kind of like a more stealth forward set. I like this one too, actually, look-wise. The red band on the arm. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with a tailored sans-culotte coat here. A well-made coat worn by a stalwart soldier of the revolution. Yep, slut time is over. For now. It might return though. Get the improved bourgeois hood here. Hello there, Tor, welcome in. And yeah, it's going pretty good. Return to the historical chronology project that I've been doing with some Unity. You did 100% the game last year, that's cool. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I agree, definitely think this game holds up quite well. Of course it isn't perfect by any means, there's like, you know, a few bugs and glitches, which I'm currently experiencing quite a lot actually. But yeah, I still love it, you know, even though it's flawed, but it's very ambitious, and when those ambitions pay off, it's very satisfying.
What a surprise to meet you.
Donnez l'alerte! Il y a un meurtrier en liberté! Chez le camp, déjà! Tu dois en tête, toi.
Stop! What's making all that smoke?
Un homme bien étrange.
at him, he can fly. It's a miracle. But nobody bats an eye because it's a French Revolution and there's crazier shit happening. Alright, finally some main story again. It's been a while. But it makes sense, you know, like Arno was in training for 2 years. Like between the initiation and, you know, him graduating to become an assassin, it's 2 years. Even if in the main story, it's like back to back. So it was good to kind of like fill up with, you know, events like the Women's March. But also the attacks on, you know, people of the church. And, yeah, the increasing, you know, lynching that's also been happening in the streets. A la lanterne to the lampposts, you know, like. Definitely covered a good chunk of like the early movements of the French Revolution and also what led to the outbursts of violence, you know, like a lack of food, for instance. But yeah, now we're definitely getting deeper into it. And at the same time, Arno's ranking up. Graduation. After nearly a year of training, Arno is finally ready to become a full-fledged assassin. All he has to do is complete one last exercise. So the description is wrong because it's 2 years, not nearly a year. But that's not the first time it happens in AC games, you know, where I guess the people writing the description and the people placing the missions historically don't always 100% communicate that, I guess it seems. For example, in AC3, you know, there were like many points where the cutscene was saying like that in that year or like that many years later or something, and it was completely off the mark actually. But yeah. Arno has been in training for 2 years.
What's the mission?
The mission. Let's get your arse in position. Don't ask questions, piss pop.
I live to serve.
Yet another look. And I guess it's not exactly 2 years. This mission takes place on the 4th of January, 1791. And it was in July 89 that he got initiated into the Brotherhood. So it's more like 1.5 years, I guess. So like right in the middle. Okay, we gotta do cover kills here. Avi just realized his stream streak is at 33. Maybe that expedition was destined after all. Been lurking, watching some TV. How's Unity going? Yeah, I think it's a sign. Like, you can never watch another stream again. And end it on the Expedition 33 remark there. It's gotta stay on the 33 there. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching some TV. Hope there's been something interesting going. Oh shit. That's fine actually. What is Arno doing again? He's like getting stuck in the wards.
Maybe you got rid of that old yee ass haircut you got.
Yes, get rid of that ass haircut you got.
Where on God's green earth?
Got him. And that also counts as a cover kill, because that was a high-profile cover kill. You feel like everywhere you go, you see 33s. It's like, once you're in on it, you can't unsee a 33 when you see it. And all of a sudden it becomes super meaningful. Hello there, Seraph. Welcome in. And good day to you. Here's an insult to you.
You little goddamn fool.
I will rip your heart out and feed it to the crocodiles.
Peasant!
Think that's gonna do it. Thank you for the lurk, and I hope you have a good rest, dude.
Lord Guillaume de Roussel has generously agreed to our price of 40%.
An act of desperation. What about the priest?
He'll come around.
Your confidence is infectious, Sever. My boys will have the wagon ready.
Here are the details. Make sure it goes smoothly.
Of course. Make sure that it goes smoothly, cretin. When have I...
Murder! Murder!
These bastards always have bodyguards. Well...
I love that moment so much. You know, it's like two seemingly allies talk to each other and you think it's just like a simple, you know, exchange of like deals and words. And then how it's like immediately, you know, annoyed by Sever. It's like, make sure it goes smoothly. When have I ever? And in literally that moment, Ballet kills them. It's just poetic as heck, that kill. It's like, when have I ever failed? Didn't even get to say that last word there. Already too late. It definitely is, you know, it's like really dark, comedic timing, but I love it. Charles Gabriel Sever. Born on the 1st of December 1725 in Louisbourg, New France, Sever was the son of a lieutenant in the Swiss Regiment de Carrère. Oh, the Swiss army, terrifying. If you find the idea of a bunch of men in feathery hats and livery shorts standing around with pocket knives, refusing to take sides, terrifying. Like his father, Sever chose to make his career in the army, serving in New France and the West Indies before returning to Europe in 1785, where he opened a shipping business. Right, a shipping business. Very diplomatic way of saying Templar artifact smuggling. We've got data linking Sever to everything from funding Haven Kenway's operations in the American colonies to the disastrous attempt to recover... Well, never mind, you're not cleared for that. Just keep an eye on this one, yeah? Yeah. That's a cool connection here between Sever and the colonies and even Haven Kenway. Nice connection. Oh, very nice, Ave. That's cool that you're kind of like revisiting The Walking Dead. I never really got into that either. Like, back when it launched, one of my friends was like really trying to get me into it, so we watched like the first episode together. I thought it was like, you know, decent enough, but I wasn't really into it. So I never really got back into it. But yeah, I don't blame you for that being only a side quest to the Better Call Saul, because that final season, dude. It's gonna be, yeah, I'm looking forward to hear and read your reaction to how that all wraps up. It's probably one of those things, you know, like finishing a game like Red Dead Redemption 2 or like The Last of Us or something, where I kind of feel like a bit dead inside afterwards. But also weirdly fulfilled, I guess. But mostly, you know, not because of what happens, more because it's kind of like ending, right? The fact that it's ending. And then there's Andor that you rewatch like once every 8 months. I've been that way with Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, honestly. Like, I watch those shows on repeat. You know, like, when I finished Breaking Bad, I would watch like Better Call Saul, like maybe with a short break, but like went back and forth. I think at this point I watched like both shows 8 to 10 times or so. But yeah, I haven't really done that in a longer time though. Like watched that extensively. It was okay, watched the entire first season and enjoyed it, but it wasn't wowed, so I gave season 2 a shot, and damn, the season 2 premiere was insanely good for Walking Dead. Yeah, that's good though. It's kind of like picking up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, that show definitely had quite a peak, didn't it? Like later. Like everyone seemed to have been talking about it. That's how you are with video games. I don't blame you either. I mean, you know, I am that way with Assassin's Creed, for instance. I mean, not so much maybe nowadays anymore because, you know, I'm not really doing like annual Assassin's Creed runs anymore since like 2 years. But recently, though, there's definitely been like more AC coverage again with the Colonial games and stuff. But yeah, I mean, if you're like really enjoying something a lot, you know, like I can definitely replay or, you know, rewatch it like countless of times. I don't even get sick of it. I feel like there's always something new to learn as well, right? Gotcha, Ave. So how many seasons did The Walking Dead have again? Better Call Saul has been a wild ride though. The characters are so good. One of the best prequel series you've ever seen. Yeah, it's really impressive how they managed to really meaningfully add the characters you didn't know had that many layers. Like it totally changes your view of, you know, Saul and Mike, for instance, in Breaking Bad. You know, like if you finish Better Call Saul and you then go back to Breaking Bad, it's really gonna be like a new experience in a way. Just because of all the stuff you're learning about them. But glad to hear though that, you know, Better Call Saul has a really good high spot for you. Damn, yeah, that's a lot to watch. 11 seasons. I'm not sure whenever a show had 11 seasons that it was good for the show. You know? Has ever been a case? Well, I guess South Park. But that's like a different type of show, I guess, you know, like it's not a continuous story. When you have like, you know, each episode stands by itself kind of deal, then yeah, you can have like infinite seasons, I guess. Supernatural had so many seasons and never lost popularity. Oh yeah? Huh. I never watched that much of Supernatural. I watched a decent bit though, like maybe 10 episodes. But that was like random, like more like based on the theme that it was going to be about. But that's pretty impressive when you can run for that long and still retain your popularity. Ah, gotcha, Ave. I mean, that's good for that it got back on its feet, you know? Because sometimes once a show really like drops quality, it's like hard to recover sometimes. And how many seasons did Supernatural have again, Aura? I mean, above 11, I guess, but how many like in total? Oh yeah, I mean, Game of Thrones, 8 seasons. And like each episode is like super long, isn't it? That's definitely a time investment to say the least. 15 seasons. Damn. That's a good run. GG's. Not many shows manage that.
Why do we hang about here when Siver still lives? He killed Monsieur de la Serre.
Patience. Sever's not the target. Not today. Come on. Council's waiting for our report.
Let's see if Bellic has more rows. If we waste his time. Whoa, he doesn't mind that. A streak for me? Thank you for the free stream streak, Seraph. And now one of the main actors is in The Boys, another popular show I haven't seen before. Ah yeah, that's a show I really wanted to watch actually. Thank you for reminding me, because we were recently thinking about what we could watch next. We just finished watching the newest season of Only Murders in the Building. Not sure if you guys know that show. And now we're watching the newest season of Brassic, which is another one of my favorite shows. But yeah, The Boys was a show I wanted to watch for a pretty long time actually. So yeah, that would be a good choice. Watch soon. Other voice, do not finish watching Homeland. It's also a show you're going through. Or you're 2 episodes away from finishing season 7, which means you only have a final season left. I haven't seen Homeland, no. I don't even know that much about it. I mean, I know the title of the show, and I'm sure I've seen like a few like snippets and maybe trailers, but I couldn't really tell you right now what it's actually about. Ah, really? So there's 2 supernatural actors in The Boys? But yeah, what I heard about The Boys was like very interesting. I think it would be my type of show. Not sure you've heard of it. What's it about? Only Murders in the Building. It's basically set in New York, and it's basically like a girl in her like late 20s, 30s, and 2 pretty old dudes, like between 70 and 80, teaming up to kind of like solve a murder that's been happening in the building that they're all living in. And they kind of like bond over a murder podcast that they're listening to. And then a murder happens in the building, and they kind of like realize that they've also been like listening to the same podcast. So they decide to make their own murder podcast while trying to solve murders. Only they're actually quite incompetent. But they still, I guess, manage to do it, you know, in a way. And I guess each season follows a different kind of like murder that happens in the building. It's pretty charming and funnily written. Like, it's not super serious. It doesn't take itself very seriously. But manages to get actually some pretty big names. Like Steve Martin and Martin Short are the 2 leading actors. I had to Google her name, but yeah, Selena Gomez, she's the main actress in that show and also one of the executive producers. So it's like partially, I guess, also her show. But yeah, definitely like it's a pretty nice watch. It's like a show that Levy really loves, so was kind of like her pick, but I have to say that I also quite like it. Jensen Ackles is the actor. I had a huge crush on him when you watched Supernatural. Yeah, that's how it can go sometimes. Just teasing Belek here. It's like, I'm looting, alright? No, I'm not. Homeland is basically a spy thriller drama show, similar to Under but not as good. A spy thriller drama. I mean, I do like spy movies or shows. I do like thrillers and I like dramas, so I might have to check that out. At least get like a bit of a insight of the plot. Only Murders is on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, you should be able to find it there, I guess, depending which country you're in. Sometimes, of course, the catalog is not exactly the same.
That's a lot of bastards. Where do you think you're going, you nutter? We'll get him.
Jesus fucking Christ. Can you be smoke bombed, please? Or can you shoot Belek instead of me? Oh, kill him, Belek. Are you guiding me or do I have to guide you? Who's the mentor here?
Par décret municipal, il est désormais formellement interdit de mourir de faim.
Veux-tu connaître les derniers événements parisiens? Mais si tu veux.
My friend.
C'est juste pas
Hello.
Can't just ignore me, you idiot!
Merde. Patriots. These imbeciles will pick a fight with anyone. Try not to draw their attention.
Shouldn't we stop them?
Stop them. Avoid them. Doesn't matter. There's always more fanatics. Can't save everyone, piss pop.
Well, there's a cheery thought.
The other Supernatural actor in The Boys is Jared Padalecki. But then there's also Jeffrey Dan Morgan, who appears in both shows. I gotcha. Hey, who are you calling a nutter? You nutter? That's right. It's like a no-you situation. You're the nutter. Ah, gotcha, Ave. That's convenient though, that you have like all the shows you wanna watch like on the same service. But yeah, I don't blame you for wanting to take your time with Better Call Saul and really feeling like in a good, you know, spirit. And also feeling well, you know. And sometimes it can also be nice to just take your time in between episodes and kind of like think about what's been happening. Especially with a show like Better Call Saul. The foreshadowing, indeed. Can't save everyone, piss pot.
Heads up, lads. Remy found Monsieur Rapinon's body in a courtyard not far from here. Stabbed through the throat.
Need a break? Just trying not to strain your heart.
Careful, Pispo. You'll hurt someone.
Oh, you would love it, wouldn't you?
You call that a run?
Just trying not to strain your heart. Just trying not to strain your...
Okay, we got it, Arno. That's not the best timing for the quote.
heart.
I'll still be running when you're dead.
I cannot doubt it.
Arno, Godspeed.
So what happens next?
We take this ledger full of Templar records to Mirabeau. Proceeds to do nothing with it.
You don't seem terribly fond of him.
He's a politician. Sees himself as a great peacemaker. He thinks he can end the war between assassins and Templars, bring the revolution to a happy conclusion, and convince dogs and cats to live together in peace.
And that's bad?
It's a self-aggrandizing pipe dream. Templars are at their weakest since Jacques de Molay burned. We're running around after second-rate smugglers. All because Mirabeau wants to secure his legacy.
Monsieur de la Serre believed a truce was possible.
And look where it got him.
Wanna say it a bit louder, Belek? I think the other assassin leaders didn't hear you. But he's pretty open about his disdain for Mirabeau and his tactics.
Well, the customs agents of France can rest easy. Arpinot's dead.
Shaking down imprisoned nobles seems a bit out of his oeuvre. What are the Templars up to?
If we hadn't spent the last year hobbled by your damn truce, we might know that.
He has a point, Honoré. The truce was with Grand Master de la Serre.
The man's been dead for 2 years. Whoever's in charge now, you can be certain they aren't sitting idle.
We might have learned more had we not allowed Sivert to escape.
Sivert was there?
I know your heart is set on keeping the peace, but bringing Monsieur de la Serre's killer to justice would count for something, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. But do not confuse your personal vendetta with a sound strategy.
If he wants to kill Templars, let him kill Templars. I've done him all I can. Boys ready?
Very well. Assassin. I charge you to go to Notre-Dame de Paris. and to find there the Templar agent, Charles Gabriel Siver. You will learn his secrets, and when you have done so, you will bring him peace, in accordance with our tenets.
Yes, let's be a peace deliverer. Love how he says, look where that got him, as if he wasn't the one who killed him. Oh, that I think was a mix-up. What Arno was talking about was his adoptive father, the father of Elise, right? And he got killed by the person we are about to kill, Siver. By him and the Rode Thun, I guess. The king of beggars.
Psst. Here.
But Bellic will be the one to kill Mirabovo. And in a way, I guess, you know, he's definitely making a foreshadowing comment about, you know, where Mirabeau could be ending up being the same as Monsieur de la Serre. So it's like almost like a, you know, threat / warning that he's doing there. But still a very similar situation. And I really want to see the Notre Dame in person one day. Sadly, I've only driven through Paris before, but we didn't actually like visit Paris. Or driven past Paris, rather. Not really through. Can't get over the image of the assassin leaders being old fat dudes in the wigs. Bike ran his own missions at least. Yeah. They definitely look past their prime there. But I guess that's why they go in like a council position. To share the knowledge and experience rather than be field agents. Oh yeah, no, there's Aura. Alright, it's time for first proper assassination. And this one takes place the next day pretty much, so we're moving to the 5th of January 1791. And on that note, I also forgot that I actually had to change my title to the according year. Let me do that real quick. Hello there, Saint. Welcome in. Good evening. Charles Gabriel Siver, one of the men who murdered Monsieur de la Serre, is meeting a client in Notre Dame. Find out what he knows and kill him.
What's our plan?
Our plan? You're not an apprentice anymore, boy. So study your surroundings. Devise your own plan. I'm not here to hold your hand. No targets unreachable.
Out of the way. Move.
Where the hell was Duchesneau? Oh.
If you can't find a weakness to exploit, make one.
You've secured the cathedral?
Oui, monsieur.
Good. Tell Siver I'll meet him inside.
Opportunities everywhere. It's on you to take it.
You! Get back here with my keys! Thieves!
And if all other plans fail, Why not sacrifice yourself for the cause, your life for his? Before Altair, that was the Levantine approach.
You mean a dagger in broad daylight as I'm cut down where I stand?
Sends a powerful message.
I'll do it my way.
Whatever you think best. Assassin.
Man, I just love the main target assassinations in this game. The way the mechanics set up, like Hitman-esque missions, only the actual part of the open world. But yeah, I so wish for Assassin's Creed to return to this approach again in the future. But actually make it like much deeper, like actual Hitman levels.
The expression on that old cleric's face. Priceless. Turned the colour of an aubergine. Lighted faint with outrage. Well, seeing as how I stole his keys, why not raid the Archbishop's wine cellar? You never.
There's for the church! There's for the church! There's for the church!
To reason and freedom from superstition.
Hear, hear!
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 They may have signed the civil constitution, but everyone knows the bishops are in bed with the royalists.
I'll drink to that.
To reason and freedom from superstition.
Here, what have we here? An altar boy, or just a common cutpurse? Get him!
Get him?
Vous seriez surpris. Mais oui. C'est une tradition dépassée, vieillotte.
Well, that wasn't very smart now, was it? The way he just turns around. Okay then. Shut up. Alright, that's the keys. That's our way in here. Hello there, Corey the Slayer. Welcome in. And thank you for joining. Remember this mission being so hard? Yeah, the first time I played this was definitely quite a challenge. You know, figuring out the best way of doing the mission. Now I've played the game so many times with this mission that I know it kind of like from the inside out. But yeah, like really studying your environments. Making sure that everything goes smoothly can be quite tricky. It's very satisfying when you manage to do it. I wonder if this is to reason and freedom from superstition. Yes. Why do they keep repeating the same thing? That's what I thought. It's like, you guys are not that drunk, are you? I guess they immediately forgot about what they said before. Like the next second. Let's actually get the staggering strike ability here. Gives us a bit of a combat boon. Like a, yeah, stun. Oh yeah, the smoke bombs are very, very helpful. Especially early on, you know, one of the few tools you can really access. You don't have a Phantom Blades yet when you play this. Is it your display settings or did Unity start looking better than you remember? Well, I am playing the game on the highest graphical settings, so I could maybe play into the game looking so good.
secured the cathedral? Oui, Monsieur Duchesne. This is the only way in or out, and we've paid off the guards.
Good. We'll up and on dead. Don't let him chances. When Monsieur Surveyor arrives, tell him I've got the arrangements for the priest. I'll join him myself.
Amenez-nous ces enfants de putain!
Présentez-vous à la poterne arrière. Come on. If I want to take a hammer to that skull of yours, you see why there ain't no bloody... Who's gonna stop? Where the Where the hell is that priest? What the hell?
Alrighty. That unlocks the confession kill because you killed the person that was to meet with Sivert. Let's go and rescue the priest that was kind of left out in the court. That will be our way in. Unity is great, but it lags every now and then. That can definitely happen, yeah. I do sometimes also have like short lags or stutters when something has to kind of load, I think. But it's like mostly smooth though. Have I encountered any difficulties playing it on Ultra with Overbloat? I have actually. Like for the first time ever I had issues streaming the game. And what I had to do is actually lock the FPS, like hard lock it to 60 FPS. But that was mostly like a streaming issue, though if I wasn't streaming, then I definitely could run the game at like a higher than 60 FPS. But since, you know, the stream is like locked at 60 FPS in general, I don't mind, you know, playing at 60 either. It overall also leads to like a smoother stream at the end. You know, it's like even. But yeah, I'm playing at 60 FPS here. I think if I wasn't locking my FPS and wasn't streaming, then I could probably run the game at like 100 plus FPS if I had settings.
Merci. Que Dieu vous bénisse.
This is the priest that got his key stolen. And he was kind of like left upstairs like without the keys. So you can get the keys back and then rescue him, and then he will let you inside the Notre Dame from upstairs. So it's like a stealthy way yeah, into the building. Did you, Saint? That sucks. Yeah, maybe you could try locking the game at 60 FPS and see if that helps. Sometimes the AC games can be a bit finicky on that. Didn't see when you play the mission. Yeah, it gets kind of like featured early on when you're kind of like overseeing the opportunities. But It's still, you know, pretty easy to miss him, of course, considering where specifically he's located. So we gotta actually do some hiding spot kills here before we can kill our target. Now I do think that the confessional kills counts as a hiding spot kill, but I'm not too sure.
From the Old Kingdom.
I'm gonna try and see to get that done beforehand, before we do the main kill. So there's a hiding spot, there's a hiding spot, there's a guard going in there. Definitely decent amount of hiding spots here. Yeah, that's another hiding spot he runs past. Jesus, go back in.
Something's going on.
Fucking hell. Wasn't staying inside. Okay. Maybe now. There we go. That's our first hiding spot kill. Hello there, Mita. Welcome in, dude. I hope you had a good stream. Thank you so much for the raid and welcome in Raiders. Did you play some Elder Scrolls Online today? Welcome back as well, Ava. There we go. That's our 2 hiding spot kills. Now we can trigger the unique kill opportunity. They wasn't bothered by that. For anyone that hasn't checked out Amita's channel before, definitely recommend doing so. He's been playing some Elder Scrolls Online, but he's also a big fan of CDPR games like Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk. He's also played a lot of the AC games as well on stream. And yeah, can definitely recommend checking out his channel if you haven't before. But yeah, Unity is going pretty good. We finally returned to the main story. So I finished the side content taking place in the year 1790. And yeah, now we're back with the main story and moved to the year 1791. Doing our first, you know, proper assassination. And yeah, Arno just finished his training. Almost 2 years of training there. Yeah, it was a long time, Ave. Like almost Jake's watch 10 minutes. But yeah, Unity is definitely going good. About to kill Siva the snake. And no worries for a shout out to Iva Amita. Just got back from your workout. Hell yeah, Shilla. Welcome back. I hope you had a good time. Must have been 11. Or maybe it was 33 minutes.
Things? Got you! Pour la liberté! There you are! I'll get you!
That dude couldn't decide what he was about to do. He was like, where am I running now? Am I running in the war or am I running after the dude?
One side.
Hello again, Dex. Welcome back, dude. Will Syndicate be part of my Historic Order run? Of course. It definitely will. So Syndicate is not too far away. I'm actually working on currently, doing the timeline and structuring things in Syndicate.
Finally so recent, did he? What's our cut?
30%.
Good, good. This is our moment, my friend. Petty nobles are ripe enough fruits, but the church has been leeching off the people for centuries. If we crack their vaults, the Grand Master cannot fail to recognize our work.
As you say, monsieur.
Good. Now if we're done here, I'll take my leave and wait for our holy friend to deliver the goods.
Wait here. See that we're not disturbed.
Monsieur Latouche, I'm here to see the King of Beggars.
Come with me.
The intrigues of rats! Pompous fool, if I could lay my hands on him.
Well, what's so important you had to pull me away from my daughters?
You all right, monsieur? Too much of the king's champagne?
Sylvain, come away!
Well then. He died at Notre Dame de Paris on January 5th, 1791. Assassins 1, Templars 0. Take that, Templars. Indeed, Shadaya, my first proper assassination. And this is one of my favorites as well in this game. Just so satisfying, you know, doing it in the confession booth. Like that. Gotta give it to Arno, like hairstyle. Killing his target like that. That emote? The dancing Dex emote, you mean? That's quite nice. But I'm looking forward to play Syndicate. And even more so because I just recently, like 2 months ago, I've been to London, right? So now that I've seen like a good chunk of the city, I'm like so looking forward to kind of like re-explore the city in the game. 30% cut is way too high, give 5%. Yeah, 30% is quite a lot, to say the least. Also shit, I thank you for enlarging your mode with the bits. That's a really cool mode actually. The double blade. Indeed, sucker Templars. Osselova Mike, welcome in. January 5th is your birthday, is it? That's cool. Oh, happy belated birthday to you. I hope you had a good one. About 2 weeks ago. Did I climb the buildings of London like Jacob and Evie? Yeah, I basically use my zip launcher and, you know, my rope launcher and easy. Didn't even have to climb. I should have done it like Honor and Tourney of King Washington and just fly like an Egovo. There we go. Full sync on the confession kill. With the optional kill, of course, as well.
Jesus, Deacon, do you read? What the hell is that?
I'm here, Bishop. That's a server sweep. Abstergo's looking for you, and they're close.
Damn it. Can you open a server bridge?
Hey, come on, it's me. Already on it. Couple of seconds.
Initiate. We're opening a server bridge. Find the portal and pass through before the sweep finds you.
Got it, go.
Do you see it? They're hard to miss. Jumping from one Helix server to another should buy you a few more hours. If it doesn't, we're screwed.
Well, we're not screwed. It's your initiate that gets the brunt.
Deacon, you're not helping.
Ah, yeah, Deacon. Who doesn't know Deacon? It's always funny, like the pretty bad attempt of Sean Hastings to kind of like stay undercover. You know, like working at Abstergo and literally using his real name. I guess it's kind of like a nod to that. He's stepping up his game.
There it is. Go!
Thank you for the GG, Saint.
The signal's holding. Good. You're waiting outside the main simulation now. This will throw Abstergo off your trail for a while, but you'll also run into a lot of incomplete and corrupted code.
Alright, so these are the Helix glitches. And I won't really focus on these too much. Only on the parts that you actually have to play as part of the main story. But yeah, these kind of take you to different places and times in Paris. And this is kind of like the Belle Epoque era here. So much more modern than the French Revolution. No worries whatsoever, Mita. Totally understand. Don't need to apologize. Thank you again so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. And I hope you have a good rest and a good start into your day as well tomorrow. And yeah, definitely have a good night. Catch you next time. And take care. Oh yeah, that's right, Dex. Sorry, yeah. I mean, that's much more stealth, of course.
Probably explains why the people here aren't quite here. Looks like the late 1800s. Now this is a Paris I wouldn't mind visiting. Maybe another time. Right now, you need to get to the exit portal. I can't see a path through, though. See if you can find a route underground.
Did I play the tournament in...
Park looks a lot cleaner than Revolutionary Paris, don't you think? Fewer beheadings too, I bet.
So in this playthrough, I've only played one co-op mission so far. And that is the Women's March. Because it takes place in the year 1789. So that was one of the first co-op missions I played. And I'm gonna play all the co-op missions solo in this playthrough. So this mission I've done with like minimal upgrades and before even doing my first proper assassination. But I'm gonna play them solo so I actually have enough time to read up on any database entries that pop up. But I'm gonna play all the co-op missions in historical order, so all the others will be played just when they actually take place, I guess, in history. The infamous climbing section in the tournament when you're solo. Yeah, gonna be tough for sure. Under the time pressure.
Don't seem to lead anywhere. There has to be an underground path somewhere. I don't think they... That's it. I'm reading a route through the metro station ahead. Oh shit. This area is becoming unstable.
Getting a bit of a glimpse here of Syndicate, actually. That's kind of crazy thinking about how much the world has evolved technologically, you know, in the past 150 years or so. When you compare it with the hundreds of years before. Get spicy Thai for lunch and spicy tacos for dinner. Your redacted is not going to be happy with you soon. Yeah, if you have something really spicy, it's probably not the best idea to have the next, you know, meal be like really spicy yet again. But I've been there, dude. I hope you can stomach it well. In Mexico, they call that the Revenge of Montezuma. That part always scares the shit out of you. I don't blame you. The train jump scare. These trainway animations go hard. Yeah, they're really cool. Wouldn't have minded to have like more of these kind of like tunnels in Syndicate actually. Where it could be like driven over any second. Technology has progressed but people have regressed. In a way, yes and no. Yeah.
There you are. And you found the exit. Good. It's an unstable vortex of energy, so there's no telling how it will disrupt the simulation. Looks like you'll have to climb Lady Liberty. She must have bled through from another time period. The French should have shipped her off to the States by now. Just get to the portal. I'll do what I can to stop it from closing. See you on the other side.
Yeah, a wide timeline. It is, Dex. Yeah, the Statue of Liberty. That ship had over the ocean, right? An easy task.
And we're back. Not everyone is so fortunate their first time through a bridge. Sometimes our initiates are trapped in the system, and we have no choice but to send someone like you in to rescue them. In fact, one of our initiates is caught in a Bellapox server right now. If you're not too exhausted, you can re-enter the bridge and rescue him. All right, back to work, initiate.
Alrighty. These Helix Glitch missions are also required to unlock the white ITE outfit. That is true, yeah. Gotta get all the artifacts. That can be quite a time-intensive task. Getting those artifacts collected in the Helix Glitches. Alright, but yeah, this is gonna be where we call it for tonight, now that we have finished sequence 3. As I said, we're gonna focus quite a bit on the main story going forward, up until the point of Beleg's betrayal. And yeah, only then we're gonna return really to doing like consistently more side content again. But yeah, for tonight, this is gonna be everything I will be covering as part of this stream. Let's go ahead and quit the desktop. And let's have a look if anyone is still online at this time of the day that we could raid. Thank you so much everyone for joining us tonight for another Unity stream. We're gonna actually be back tomorrow, and earlier in the day we're gonna be online about noon with another shorter session to carry on with the main story. So yeah, tomorrow it will already continue again with more of Unity. No worries for the stream, Ave and Aura. Thank you guys for being here. See you next time, Saint. Take care, dude. No worries whatsoever, Dex. Thank you also so much for being here. And for the lurk as well. No worries for the stream, Shilla and Saint. Yeah, thank you so much everyone for joining us tonight. Alright, how about we say hi over to Arctic, who's playing some PUBG tonight. Bleed to the Lee, indeed. I'm gonna raid over to the Lee himself. If you would like to join us with a raid over to Arctic, feel free to copy and paste these raid emotes. And yeah, I will catch you guys tomorrow with a continuation of Unity. Until then, I hope everyone has a good rest of the evening and night. And I catch you guys next time.